Friends, I'm at the Big Lynn Lodge in Little Switzerland. That's a beautiful view. I'll take a look at it here in a minute. Some of y'all may be familiar with this place. It's a very popular place in the summer. There's a lot of folks here staying today though, even though it's dead of winter. It's January. The reason I'm up here is my brother Tim, he knew that I'd been building my fence and everything. He told me he was real impressed with the way that they built their fence up here at Big Lynn Lodge. Told me I ought to come take a look at it. So I'm walking over here with my GoPro. And he said, just take a good look at this construction here. Of course, there's a locust tree. If those of you who've never seen one before, that's kind of bark and all that it has. Kind of cool to see that. But this is what the split rail locust fence is that are built up here in the mountains, kind of how they do it. I can see they've got some steel going through there to hold it together. They put up two posts, kind of like what I put up. And it looks like they put those pieces of steel in there and bend them. And then they put the cross pieces on. Tim said he thought these were about 10 feet apart. You might have the poles more like 8 feet apart. I think they are. I think about 10 foot. They got 10-foot cross pieces. Looks like everything's 8 feet apart. So this has been here naturally. It looks like it was for a good long while, but Tim told me this was a really good example of how a split rail fence is done up here in the mountains. So very good. This is what he's doing. Matter of fact, he told me he would like to start marketing the split rails. So it looks like just the things that he's making would work. The things that he gave me. I tried to pay him and he wouldn't take any money, but so I'm going to say this on behalf of my brother Tim. I'm going to see if he doesn't mind me putting his contact information maybe in this or website or Facebook page or something in the description here of this video, so Tim can supply this stuff. I don't know where he gets it. Tim is a lumber broker. That is the Blue Ridge Parkway, by the way. It is open. It's kind of rough there in places. Gee whiz. Open at this section. This is kind of a thoroughfare for people going from Little Switzerland over to Spruce Pine. It's what's called the Gillespie Gap. Gillespie Gap. Pretty cool. I thought I would come up here and look at what he was saying, and I do think that's pretty neat. Now, I don't know, it looks like you have to drill a hole through there. And I'm not sure, it looks like rebar, doesn't it? Just like rebar from a you know, just any hardware store. And they bend it down with something or beat it down with a hammer on the ends. Pretty cool. There you go. I love this area. This is where I grew up. Our farm is about 4 miles that direction. Way up in the Highlands. So this is home. Let's go over and take a look at the view there off the back side of Big Lynn Lodge. I always thought the only thing this view needed to make it really spectacular, it is spectacular, but it's just to get rid of these power lines. There was some way to bury them. Maybe at some point somebody will do that. Because even when you're down here in the pretty spot and get below power lines, you still got power lines down below you, another tier of them. Yeah, that's pretty. Looking back toward the east. I don't have a zoom on this GoPro, it's just me walking. Guess you get down here below that apple tree and you can see the unobstructed view. So yeah, our property is back across those trees over there where I grew up, but I've probably hiked and walked across those ridges over there and everything. Down in the valley, that's where a lot of industrial places are. Isn't that pretty though, the way the sun's kind of filtering through there? That might make a really nice snapshot or something. It's snowing, just a tiny bit of snow. Here is, of course, you know, part of the lodge. You have a nice restaurant in there. It looks like folks are eating in the, see the glass, through the glass there. And have these little cottages where people stay. Very nice little resort area. Folks, thought I'd just share a bit of that with you. Little Switzerland, North Carolina. If you've never been to visit and you're in Western North Carolina, it's a quaint place to drive through. There's a little town, sort of a town community, I guess, more like, back up in that direction. And then of course you can get on the parkway and go south to Asheville or north back toward Boone. So, peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.